Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for my review of the Chelsea versus Leicester City game. We won the game 3-0 and I couldn't be happier. I simply could not be happier. As always, I'm going to start with the lineup. We started like me and Louis yesterday predicted with a 3-4-3 formation. Actually, I was a little bit surprised because John Terry started the game on the bench, and then we started off with the exact same formation that started against Hull. So Courtois in goal, obviously. The three at the back were David Luiz in the middle, Gary Cahill on the left, and Azpilicueta as the right-sided centre-back. The four in midfield and the wing-backs were Marcos Alonso as the left wing-back, Victor Moses as the right wing-back, and the two centre-mids. Like we predicted, as I said, Matic and N'Golo Kante. Pardon me. Hazard started as the left winger, Pedro started as the right winger, and Diego Costa started in front. Again, if you've missed it, William's mother passed away during the week. Again, our condolences go out to him, and all the players, even the Leicester players, wore black armband today, and sort of in memory of his mother and stuff. So that was nice, but that was the reason why he wasn't in the squad. He's in Brazil at the moment. Except John Terry not starting the game, that was pretty much as expected. I'm not sure whether that's down to tactics or Conte preferring the way we played today, or if that's because John Terry might not yet be fit for 90 minutes because he did miss a couple of weeks of training and obviously, a couple of games. We started the game off really well. Only in the 7th minute, we made it 1-0 already. After, actually, it was a good... can't speak right now. Moses put a cross in. He got deflected and Schmeichel just about kept it out. Corner came after that. And from that corner, we scored. Wasn't even a great corner, if I'm honest, by Hazard. Matic at the near post got a slight touch to it, and basically it just bounced right through the 18-yard box and no player got to it. And then Wes Morgan, I don't know what he was doing, completely forgot about Diego Costa, and he was completely on his own around the 6-yard box and he just tapped it in. So that was great. 7 minutes, 1-0 up already. I was really happy with that. And then in the 33rd minute, Eden Hazard made it 2-0. A bit of a lucky one. Two Leicester players actually somehow ran together. Pedro fell on the floor and then passed the ball lying on the floor, actually passed it against Hazard's head. Then it sort of fell perfectly into his run. Schmeichel came out, Hazard put it past him, ran past him, and then just put it in an empty net. So a great finish, really lucky, really sort of weird, situation how the game came about. But this is for Pedro, I guess. So that was pretty much in the first half. David Luiz hit the post. I'm not sure if that was before Hazard made it 2-0, I'm not sure, from a free kick. So that was good. I think he even had another free kick in the first half that went, pretty much, it was too central to really trouble the keeper. But it was still a good attempt, to be honest. So I'm quite happy with that. But the first half was absolutely unbelievable. Like, our game, everything was perfect about it. Every single player was great. Our passing, the way we, got the ball back, the way we got ourselves out of tricky situations. We passed ourselves out of the tricky situations. Matic, Hazard, Matic, Kante, Moses, Alonso, the centre backs. The way we got the balls back, the way we played it out from the back, absolutely unbelievable. I was really, really happy with it. Second half, we started the game off a little bit better than Leicester, but after just a few minutes, Leicester sort of came into the game. It felt like we were a bit complacent. We lost the ball a little bit too quickly at times. So that was a bit worrying. And to be honest, I was shitting myself a little bit. Because then they actually brought on Slimani and Mahrez, who didn't start the game. Like we said yesterday, they might rotate a little bit. They didn't rotate as much as they did in the Cup, but they did rotate a little bit. And as I said, Slimani and Mahrez didn't start the game. So I was a bit worried. But then in the 68th minute, Chalobah came on for Pedro. I was like, that's a bit of a weird move, taking a winger off for a centre mid and a youngster as well, even though he's 21. But still, he hasn't really played a lot for Chelsea, has he? And what it looks like is that we changed it from the 3-4-3 formation to the 4-1-4-1 formation that we played until the whole game, every game. So, and pretty much instantly, we got control of the game back. Conte is an absolute genius. Like, you bring off Pedro, a really experienced player who won multiple Champions League, multiple La Ligas, bring on a youngster, and take control of the game again. Absolutely unbelievable. Then we sort of, as I said, we got hold of the game more. We had a few chances, and N'Golo Kante sort of, I say he had a sitter. He had a shot from probably 7-8 yards out. But Wes Morgan just about got a block in. Maybe I still think he maybe should have done a little bit better. Matic had another chance to make it 3-0 already, but in the 80th minute, Victor Moses made it 3-0. And not gonna lie, and excuse my French, but I just all over the place when I saw that assist. Moses got the ball on the wing, he played it into Chalobah, who backheeled it through the legs of some Leicester defender, to Moses again, who nutmegged Schmeichel to make it 3-0. What a goal it was, and what an assist it was by Chalobah. Absolutely unbelievable. Pretty much straight after the goal, we brought on Ruben Loftus-Cheek for Eden Hazard, and Aina came on for Moses. I'm not quite sure whether we made it a 3-5-2 then, with Diego playing up front with Ruben, or if it stayed a 4-1-4-1 formation. I'm not going to lie, I couldn't make it out, But yeah, it doesn't really matter. We were 3-0 up at the time anyway. So first of all, we brought on 3 youngsters, 3 English youngsters. So that is great. Who would have thought we were ever going to do that? So that is great. We won the game 3-0, kept the clean sheet, beat the reigning champions, way more convincingly than we did in the cup, when they played a much worse team. Fair enough, we did as well. But the difference between team strength was probably bigger in the cup than it was today. But I couldn't be happier. Leicester, I don't think had a shot on goal. The only sort of dangerous moment that we had was a cross, and David Luiz tried to sort of clear it before Vardy or Slimani, whoever it was, and he actually just got a slight touch to it and put it against our own post, and it just went out, and then Aspie, I think, cleared it. So that was really like my heart dropped. But you could also say it was a good clearance. We didn't concede. But if he didn't get a touch to it, probably Slimani would have put it in. So I'd much rather have him, hit it against their own post than concede a goal. Because I think at the time it was only 2-0. Yeah, pretty sure it was. So another good thing, Diego didn't pick up another yellow card because he's on 4 already. So he's available for the Man United game next week, which is great. But yeah, talking about players individually, well, Courtois, I can't really talk about him because they didn't have a shot on goal. He had a few saves, but all of those would have, gone wide, or, it was crosses that he punched away or caught. But he was decent, 3 at the back, absolutely solid. Not even Cahill made a mistake. Really happy with them. David Luiz, as I said, he put it against our own post, but he also, hit it against their post from the free kick. So, was happy with all of them. Even Matic was good. N'Golo Kante was incredible. Moses, he scored the goal. He did really well defensively. He did really well going forward. Alonso, I know a lot of us were not happy with him. Played for Sunderland, played for Bolton. We got from Fiorentina. What's this? He was incredible. Like, he put crosses in. He played 1-2s with Hazard. He was good defensively. He did everything. He was absolutely unbelievable. Like, if that's who we needed to play wing back, I'm more than happy with it. More than happy with it. And today's market, get a player for 80 million who then ends up playing that well. If he does that every week, I'm completely fine. Who needs 50 million pounds left backs like Ricardo Rodriguez or whatever, or pay 40 million for Luke Shaw or whatever it was? I'm happy with it. If he plays like that every week, great stuff. Hazard, he was really, really good. He scored this goal. He took it really well. Played well in general. Good linker play, as I said, with Alonso, with Diego as well. Pedro, he had a good game as well. Moses talked about him. He actually could have scored another one where he was played through by Kante after we hit them on the counter-attack. Maybe he should have, tried to run to goal a little bit more before he had a shot. I think he had a shot from like 22 yards outside the goal. So, and Kasper Schmeichel pulled off a good save. But yeah, we could have made it 3-0 a little bit earlier. And Diego, he was probably... I sound a bit harsh saying that because he scored a goal and he didn't get himself booked, which for Diego is, well, a rarity, let's say that. We played 7 games until then and he picked up 4 yellow cards. So, but, his passing wasn't great. When he dropped back a little bit too much for my liking, especially in the first half, and then to sort of start building up the game, which is good in general, but then he misplaced a few passes, which is then obviously useless because you might as well stay, up top. But I can't really complain. He scored 7 goals in 8 games. Top goal scorer so far in the league. Scored a goal every 95 minutes. Well, that was the stat at half time. Maybe it's a bit more now, but absolutely unbelievable. That's the Diego we need. That's the Diego we want. But generally, I'm really happy. As I said, Conte, an absolute genius, changed the system by bringing on a 21-year-old, completely get control of the game back that we lost a little bit just before that. Bring on 3 youngsters, even though they just got 10 minutes in Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Aina. But, what more can you want? clean sheet, 3 goals. And you know what, Jose, bring it on. Bring it on next week. Show us what you do on Monday, and then we'll see what's happening. Because not even Jose, no one has any idea of what Conte is going to do. As I said, we changed the system inside a minute, and it worked. Who does that? Who does that? Remember when we were like trailing 2-0, and under Jose we put it to a 3 at the back? Usually we conceded more or we didn't score. Not slagging Mourinho off right now, but just Conte's an absolute genius. An absolute genius. And those 2 weeks of international break, they did us well, because a lot of our players stayed at Chelsea. I'm not sure why. David Luiz, as we said yesterday in the preview, he didn't travel. Azpilicueta, I think, didn't. John Terry obviously didn't. So there was a lot of players to work with, and it really worked. Fabregas actually picked up a slight injury yesterday or 2 days ago, so that's why he wasn't in the squad today. But our bench, like Begovic, Aina, Terry, Solanke, Chalobah, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and Michy Batshuayi, like so many youngsters. It's just so refreshing to see, and absolutely loved it. And I can't say more. I'm rambling already. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like. Give me your thoughts on the game down in the comments below. Are you as happy as I am? I don't think you can be any happier than after that performance. Just a quick thing to sort of let you know, if you don't want to miss any of our videos, there's like a thing that you can put switch on notifications, so you receive notifications on YouTube when we do upload a video. If you want, you can obviously do that. If you don't, that's fair enough, I guess. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I can't be happier. Up to Chelsea, and I'll see you next time.